Good morning, Gardenia. Hi. Today is the 16th. Joy, Deep with Duncan, and Jason. Haven't met Jason. Cool. If I brought a spear, this guy would be dead, but I'll just hate him from a distance. He did dive on the Deep with Duncan. Still have to pick up the other divers. Those floats are their SMBs. This was me taking a picture so I could remember my depth, time, and where we did our dive. Here's the rest of the divers, and Captain Wagner, my favorite. Yeah, how's your nose? How's your nose? Let's see. Not bad, huh? Not bad, huh? Yeah, shake your head. Yeah. I have to come to the gear room for my goodies from my BCD. Nice. We went and got baleadas just in time to see a piñata for a birthday. This little girl came up and gave us both candies from the piñata. These are some strange and probably very spicy peppers we saw at the grocery store. There I am on the UDC Instagram story. I screen recorded this. This is a girl named Hannah's gear. I think it's cute because it all matches. These are the last 2 deep dives we did with Duncan. Part of the deep course is we have to do a narcosis test. Ours consisted of doing something above the water and beneath the water and comparing our times. After that, we got to explore. This was me checking the dive computer for my depth, time, temp, etc. Time to surface from the dive and see how we did on our narcosis test.
Jason, on land you were 23 seconds, at depth you were 30.
Oh, that's not as long as I thought it took.
Joy, at the surface you were 18 seconds, and at depth you were 25. 7, 8 seconds.
That was a pretty good fall. I'm amazed the phone's not busted. That's what I get for trying to take a video and update. Holy cow. This is the precarious situation amongst which my phone was set right here, and it just fell, of course, through here, onto the stairs, and right down there. And I would recommend this iPhone case, which was $10 on Amazon. It did a very good job. My phone is fine. I've come inside where there's no altitude. Also, I mentioned that my dad likes shells. He looks for shells because I have not seen a lot of shells anywhere when I've been diving. One of my personal favorite things is I have this little craft container, and these are my favorite things. These are my favorite. They're very breakable, but this is the little container I have. This is the one I found on my 4th deep dive today. Anyways, what I was trying to say before my phone fell into the oblivion, because I don't feel like I've been posting or keeping up with this very much. So, what was done this week is I took a couple of courses. I took the CLCD, Caribbean Lionfish Containment Diver course, the Enriched Air, Nitrox, and the Deep Diver course. So I now have 3 certifications. Yeah, makes me feel good. So, good job, self. Also, I'd like to say that the Caribbean Lionfish course was a lot of fun, so I can use that anytime I dive. Now, the Enriched Air is good for liveaboards and also prolonging your time underwater, and it's just good to know. And the Deep is good for, I don't know, that's just max recreational limit, so cool beans. And now I'm going to talk about that nitrox course. All right, I'm going to throw some acronyms. I think that's what they're called. For somebody who has never used an RDP, recreational dive planner, in their life, and then gets thrown into a course where it's like, you've used this before, and I was like, oh, okay, no. EAD, equivalent air depth, that I now know. NDL, I knew, but there's also a NDL, which is adjusted no decompression limit, in case you were wondering. And residual nitrogen time. The math, though, is just, that one's a little rough for me. I need to work on that. And tables, too. Could use some work. And I don't have a dive computer, and have never used a dive computer, so it was just like a whole... But we got through it, me and myself and I, and yeah. We get a big round of applause when we pass the instructor exam at UDC. And a yellow shirt. It's a good spot, handsome. It's a good spot. Yeah, that looks pretty good, sweetie. Let's see. Yeah, Gardenia. Yeah. That looks good. How's that nose doing, huh? Your nose is healing, my knee's healing, yeah. It looks so good, sweetie. You got a nose. It finally happened. Did it beep? Haha, what'd you do? Whose fault is this? No, it was... We've been out of power for how long? The whole morning. And we've just done it to ourselves. Connecting. Can't believe you left. I need the AC. Connect. Everything's on. Oh my god. We've been suffering. It's at 38. I'm sweating. Yeah, it was at 4 when you read it last, not 40. Ugh. In other news, my family arrived in Kansas today. This is the suit my granddad's going to be wearing to my cousin's wedding. It's another beautiful sunrise. We signed up for 2 fun dives today. Pufferfish are one of the many creatures I love to see, but they're definitely one of my favorites. I have a picture of one tattooed on my arm. Another favorite are the tobies. We saw so many of these in Belize. This was my first time taking out a spear in Zookeeper after getting my CLCD certification. I was pretty happy. In case you are wondering, I did not find a lionfish on this dive or the next dive, but that is okay. It was still fun to take out the Zookeeper, although it was a little bulky. My camera never does focus on these little cleaner shrimp very well. This is the first seahorse I saw while scuba diving. On these last few dives that we did, our dive instructor was Clem, and I feel like I saw some of the best stuff, especially on this dive. Here is a dead lobster, which of course I had to touch. Also important to enjoy the fact that you are just underwater, so I was goofing around, doing backflips, spins, wasting air, and that is okay sometimes. Headstands. Thank you, Riley, for bearing with me. See, that was pretty cute. And then he burned it. This is the dive symbol for 4 nudibranch. I probably should have been doing this with all of the sea life. That's Riley signaling he has half a tank of air. Here is 1, 2, 3, and 4 nudibranch. This was a juvenile cowfish. It's cool to see a cowfish on a dive, but juvenile anything makes it all the better. Tonight, May 19th, was the rehearsal dinner for my cousin's wedding. Here were some of the pictures. Papusas. That piece went to the dog. This is $1. This is $2. This is $1. This is a couple dollars. A bag of Lay's is $14. 361 lempiras, $14. It's my cousin's wedding day. Here's my grandma and granddad. I wasn't able to attend, but I lived vicariously through all the pictures that my mom and brother were sending me. Grateful I didn't miss out on precious moments like these. My grandma and granddad looked like they were having so much fun. Thank you, Christian, for FaceTiming me, like you did with Katie's wedding, my other cousin who got married last year. I got to see their first dance, and my cousin dance with his mom, and everybody having a great time. I wasn't able to record the audio with the FaceTime call, but you can tell I was happy. I got to see and congratulate the bride. This is Chessie. I've never actually met her, but she looks like an absolute delight, and everybody in my family loves her, so very grateful to have her as an addition to the Vaughan family. And I've never seen my cousin so happy. My grandma and granddad, my mom and brother, and the bride and groom. The girl in the black dress is my cousin Katie. The guy next to her is her husband Ollie. They're the ones that got married last year. The woman in the blue dress is my Aunt Jennifer. They were all dancing with my grandma and granddad. My mom was the one taking the video. She was the photographer alongside the photographer. You think I'm joking, but if you look at the shadows, she was standing directly beside the videographer. I love her for this. She's unapologetically my mom. I got to receive all of these precious moments, real time, as they were happening. So cool to see my granddad with the bride. Let's get geared up to scuba dive. First, strap your BCD to your cylinder, then remove the dust cap from your regulator. Attach the regulator to your cylinder, making sure it's only finger tight. Then take your LPI hose and attach it to your BCD. These are more difficult for me. Sometimes they don't. Some of them are better, yeah. It's just, yeah, got it. Final touches like making sure it's velcroed in. And then you turn your air on. Grab your air gauge. If you're working with PSI, then a full tank will read 3,000. Make sure to turn your tank all the way on, and then a quarter to full turn back. Clear your first stage. Make sure you're getting air. Clear the second stage too. Inflate your BCD using the LPI, and deflate. Now you can add the weights. This is assuming that you have a weight integrated system. I dive with about 6 pounds, so I just use a 3 in each pocket, and they clip in really nice.
You just clip right in.
Here I am adding the rest of my 3 pounds of weight to the other side. Taking that second stage and shoving it in my pocket. I would definitely recommend an octopus holder. Checking my air one more time, and good to go. I finally decided to go in and snorkel with the dolphins at the UDC. And in my opinion, it wasn't worth it. This was the best shot I got. You can't top the diving experience we had. Here's another nudibranch. A lobster that's alive this time. Another nudibranch. They're pretty plain compared to some of the ones out there, but I still like them. There was this little sandfish that I kept following around. Saw this young grouper. He's nothing compared to the full-growns. I haven't seen many stingrays while out here, and the ones I do recall seeing, I only saw on those mornings that I went snorkeling by myself. To see this guy just gliding, it was pretty awesome. I also tend to hum at the sea life. I think they can hear me. Spotted this eel in a really good hiding spot. My camera just wouldn't capture it. I came around the back and you can see his tail here. Very glad Riley brings his dive light with him on most dives. It helped a lot. I actually left him with my GoPro because it was a little bit of a tight space, so this is footage he got. He got really close, a little too close for his comfort probably, but really awesome. If you look close, there's a giant crab. This is another eel. He lives under the Ron's Wreck, which is the second dive site that we went to. Stumbled upon this huge, beautiful broken sand dollar. I mean, it was almost as big as my face. The ocean produces some crazy, crazy stunning things. Right where I found you. It's not every day that you can see the mainland of Honduras, but today is one of those days. This one's stunning. So pretty. I think my dad, but that one's good. Riley found that one. And this is why I like Moonhole. Look at that. This is why I love Moonhole. Oh, how exciting. There's a little itty bitty one. Oh, it's so exciting. Yay. There we go. Now we can see. These are, let's see. This is from the dive today. Look at all these. These are the ones I've already got. These are the ones I found. These ones are dark. They're dark. We went to Edo's for dinner. It's one of the better restaurants that we like to go to. Look at all those clouds. Is he gonna jump? What a champ. That was awesome. Tasty, huh? You tasty. Nice fresh cold water.